with Sabina. So today I'm gonna make a bold statement that health is the true wealth. Because if you don't have health, nothing else holds value. You can have millions of dollars in your bank account. You can have the dream house, the luxury cars, the dream partner, all the accolades. But if you wake up in the morning with pain, exhausted, feeling foggy, nothing else holds value. Everything else feels empty. So health is your most precious asset. You can actually see your health just like your original bank account. And every choice you make, what you eat, what you think, how you move and how you breathe, how you manage your stress, the way you sleep, how you master your emotions, and what you believe is possible for you, all this is either a deposit in your account that compounds interest, or it's a withdrawal that depletes your reserves. So it's all up to you. And you know, the sad truth is that most people spend most of their lives chasing the illusions of happiness and actually neglecting their health. Health is secondary. And then they spend the later parts of their life trying to buy back their health. So how about investing into your health now? And then when you get into your 80s or beyond, you can still feel vibrant and alive. Just imagine, you know, running around with your grandkids, chasing them through the bushes, climbing trees, having the energy and stamina of a 20-year-old. All this is possible when you invest into your health right now. That's the bottom line. It's the foundation for everything. Because if you have health, everything flows naturally. Health actually attracts that. And then you can create anything you desire from there. But the foundation is health. And I want to invite you to a free masterclass I'm offering together with Coach John, an amazing beloved friend of mine who's actually a fitness trainer who was in competition for Mr. Universe. We're hosting a free masterclass October 4th, and I want to invite you because we're going to go deep into this concept of health is wealth and also health alchemy, which means health alchemy is all about understanding that it's not about chasing health. Health is actually an alchemical process. That means, you know, we all know what alchemy is. Alchemy is about turning something into something higher. You turn metal into gold. You turn something of a lower frequency into a higher frequency. So health alchemy is about turning your pain into your power, using your burnout as a drive, using stress and actually making something out of it, that we can actually use the stress as a catalyst and as an opportunity for some transformation. So the end is we use what we have, and we don't see, you know, we don't see your pain and your symptoms as something bad. On the contrary, it's all a message, it's all a lesson, and it's all opportunity. So if your body is in pain in some area, that is simply the sign that something is out of alignment, that something is out of balance, and it has to be looked at. And then we can look at it and then decide from there, what can I do differently right now? Which higher choices can I make in this moment so I can actually use my pain as the messenger and then guide me towards an entire new way of being, a new way of showing up in life, a new way of eating, a new way of thinking, a new way of breathing, a new way of moving, a new way how to actually use our emotions instead of letting these emotions control ourselves and let the emotions rule your life. Instead of you are using those emotions and channel it in a higher outcome, that at the end it's actually benefiting you. So that is true alchemy. So we're gonna go into health alchemy, and this is a workshop. It's actually beyond a workshop. It is not just giving you information, it is actually giving you practical tools and modalities and ideas that you can implement right away, so you can actually make a shift in your life in a very fast way. So stay tuned, October 4th at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to put the link. The link is actually in my bio, if you go in my bio. And I'm also going to put the link in the comments. But this is really an amazing opportunity to dive deep into wealth creation, and starting with your body, because your body is your most precious asset, and your health is really the most valuable tools that you can ever have for creating relationships of your dream, creating the dream life you desire. Because just think about it. If you have health, your mind will be sharp. If your mind is sharp, you can think clearly, you can focus, you have clarity of purpose. And if you have health, you have a body that is strong and flexible. When your body is strong and flexible, you can then build and create. And you are so powerful with a strong body, you know, nothing can really knock you out so easily. And when you have health, you will be radiating from within. You have that inner glow that just emanates out of you. It's this energy that oozes out of you. So when you're magnetic, you're actually drawing situations and people and opportunities towards you. You become the magnet, and then true wealth can actually flow to you. So health is the foundation. When you have health, everything from there flows towards you naturally. Everything else starts with health. Without health, you have really nothing. And most people put health to the side. They focus on other things first. And that's why the second life of most people is like really struggling, because they have lost their health. They're trying to do so much to get it back. So why actually risk it to actually lose your health? Why not build it to such a way that is so strong and so powerful that nothing can shake you, nothing can just knock you out. You're like rooted. You want to see your health is like planting roots into the earth. So when a storm comes, you don't get knocked down, you don't get heavily swayed, you actually are firm. You are rooted and anchored in who you are. And whatever storm comes, no matter how intense it is, it cannot affect you, because you have developed these really strong roots and you have this solid foundation that nothing can shake it. You don't get swept off your feet so easily. And your emotions are grounded. You have that poise, no more emotional roller coaster. You know, the sad thing is most people live the emotional roller coaster. One day they're high, the one day they go low, and it goes up and down and up and down. And whatever, you know, it's like a feather in the wind. Depending on what's happening, you feel good. When the weather sun is shining, you're happy. When it's raining or cold, you feel sad. When someone gives you a compliment, you are happy. And you feel like, yes. And when someone puts you down or makes like a stupid comment, you don't feel good. So you constantly live at the effect of other people, at the effect of the weather, at the effect what's going on in the world, what's in the news, what's showing on the world stage. You live at the effect of life, living at the effect of your circumstances. And that is not empowered living. But when you have strong health, when you have your emotions balanced, you don't get so easily lured into all kinds of scenarios. You're not dependent anymore what other people think and say. You're not dependent on anything anymore, what's happening in the world, because you have mastered inner peace. Like we all want peace in this world with all the stuff that's happening, especially right now. But it starts with peace within, because only when you have peace within can you actually make empowered choices. You can practice discernment. You can look at what's happening and see it from a more empowered perspective, from a much wider horizon, because you have developed this anchor and you have this inner strength and the inner peace and the inner power that you can look at what's ever happening, but you don't get drawn in, you don't get incited by what's happening on the world stage, because you have learned to master your emotions, you have learned to master your body. And that is really, there's nothing more important than that. I can't emphasize enough, because everything else is comes from that, when you have that strength within. And as I said before, it depends on what you think, what you believe to be true, what you put in your body on a daily basis. What are you putting in? With thoughts, are you letting enter your energy field? That is always the question. How are you managing the stress? We all have stress to some degree. That I don't think there's anyone who lives a stress-free life. But the question is how you managing your stress. That's it. And if you have good health, you really learn to master your emotions, you can manage stress. You can breathe through the stress, breathe through intense emotions. And I always say this is like surfing skills. The waves are coming. There's just no way around it. We're all experiencing those waves. But the question is what skills, what surfing skills you have to move through the waves. And if you have strong health, you have learned to master these emotions, it's like riding those waves. And sometimes those waves are really strong, they're really intense. And you gotta really learn to breathe through it and have those skills to move through it. Sometimes the waves are like gentle and soft and subtle. But if you have skills, like nothing will, crush you so easily. So those skills are it's a toolbox that we all need to have to be prepared for anything. And then you can be with any person, any situation, and you don't get lured into their way of being. And we all know misery likes company. And there are certain people that just like to take you on their misery train. But if you're anchored in, you're not gonna go on that train, because you're on the freedom train. And that train is going fast, and you don't let anything get you off the train. No matter what other trains people want to take you, it's just not working anymore. So that's really a big piece, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what your purpose is in this world. We're all here for our unique purpose. You didn't come here just to struggle and to follow along. You didn't come here to make it through your day. And you certainly didn't come just to work so one day you can retire. No, no one came for that. If you still live in this paradigm, this is the opportunity to open your mind for something new. You have a special gift. Everyone has something unique, a unique quality, a unique experience that actually someone else is looking for. Whatever you have, whether it's a wisdom or it's a teaching, it's an art form, it's a certain talent or skill or an experience, someone else out there is looking for what you have. And by you not sharing this, you're actually depriving someone else from having some aha moment, from some kind of medicine experience. So this is the opportunity here to really step into your gift. But if you still live in the struggle mode, in the suffering mode of, waking up in the morning feeling heavy, needing a coffee, needing stimulants just to get you going, needing an alarm clock to wake you up, if you are healthy and fit and strong and really empowered and really have developed like an inner poise, you don't need an alarm clock. You can actually program yourself. You can tell yourself, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 6. And you actually program your subconscious mind. And you wake up at 6. It works, guaranteed. But we have to have a strong, beautiful, healthy body in order to tune into these frequencies. But if you still live in the struggle mode, needing to have an alarm clock, needing the coffee, needing the stimulants, feeling tired and exhausted and depleted and low energy, that's a sign there's a lot of density in your body. It might be toxins we're all exposed to toxins. Might be waste in your digestive tract. Could be a lot of trauma you're holding in your body. Could be unresolved emotion, resentment, anger, grief, guilt, shame. All that is stored in your body. It's stored in the tissues, in your cells. And if you have a lot of stuff that you're storing, life can seem very heavy. Life can seem hard, and you feel like it's a constant struggle just to make it through the day, make it to pay your bills. If you still live in this paradigm, it's poverty consciousness. The truth is there's so much wealth floating around in the field, billions of dollars. Anyone can tune into that. But you have to, you have to be connected to yourself. And you have to really, truly know that you are worthy of the very best. But if there's some belief running, I don't deserve it, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not slim enough, I'm not intelligent enough, whatever it is. It could be I'm too much of this, I'm too fat, too old, it's either not good enough or too much. These are the beliefs they're running, and most people have millions, I would say thousands and sometimes millions of beliefs that are running simultaneously. And if all these beliefs are running, there's no wonder you can't let life allow to give you the abundance, the beauty, the wealth, all that's available for you. But the bottom line is you gotta have health. If you don't have health, these things will have a very hard time come to you, because the energy is very dense. Not just the energy in the body, also in your field. We all have an energy field. It's an aura that reaches around us. And if the aura is dense, nothing can come to you. We will have struggle with, attracting beautiful relationships, beautiful things to come to you. But if we learn to lighten up the load, it's about letting go of all the stuff we're holding and learning to be in each moment and seeing each moment as the gift. Each moment is the opportunity, because life only gives you lessons and blessings. There's never anything bad. There's no such thing as bad things happening. It's all opportunity. And if you have a lot of intense situations, a lot of challenges in your life, that means life is giving you some really powerful lessons. And probably life gave you these lessons before, but you didn't listen to them. That's why life keeps giving you stronger and stronger lessons. Usually if there's a lot of intensity in life, that simply means there were lessons given to you early and you didn't hear the message, you didn't see there's an opportunity here, and that life gives you stronger lessons, stronger challenges. And when you have a lot of stuff in your life and really the shit hits the fan, that is massive opportunity. So I always invite everyone, embrace those challenges. They offer you so much growth and so much opportunity to see the world actually differently. When we're shaken up, when the shit really hits the fan, that's the moment to say, okay, I'm gonna let go of everything that I know and actually clear the slate and start from a blank canvas, really, and start, okay, I'm gonna start all over again. I'm gonna let go of everything that I know to be true and unlearn everything, because whatever I believe to be true has gotten me to this place where I am right now. So you are in the perfect place, because wherever you are, just know you created that through the choices you made in the past. They have gotten you to who you are right here, right now. And if you don't like the life that you have right now, it simply means you have to make new choices going forward. That means literally becoming a different person, showing up differently, becoming someone new. That means doing things you've never done before. Really jumping in the unknown and showing up entirely different. But I guarantee you, all these things that I mentioned to you, they all make a difference if you have health. Because when you have health, you can just see things much clearer. Your mind will be sharper and clearer. You can practice discernment. You can see what is the truth and what is illusion. And you can tune into people's energy field. You can feel, this is someone I can actually trust. This is someone I want to be around because the energy feels good. And this is someone it doesn't feel right. So maybe it's good to release that person. And sometimes we have to release people from our lives. Yes, absolutely. That means whenever, that's really the sign, when you're with someone, how do you feel being in their presence? Do you feel uplifted? Do you feel inspired? When the energy exchange takes place, is it heart-to-heart connection? Is it a beautiful love flow? Is there inspiration in the space? Or are you feeling drained after the exchange? Do you feel you have to take a nap? That's a sign, these are energy vampires. And we have to be very conscious who we give our energy, who you share your time, because your time is your most precious commodity. You can't get back time. So always be very vigilant. Who do you give your time? Who do you listen to? On a daily basis, when you go on social media, who do you listen to? Are the people you listen to, are they inspiring you? Are they make you think? Are they make you feel something? Are they make you open your mind and suddenly see, okay, I'm gonna look at this differently. I mean, that's what we all here, to open our mind, to open our heart, to expand and to grow and to get out of our boxes. Most people live their life in a tiny little box. All they see and all they do is takes place in that box. But I invite you to think out of the box, to live out of the box, to do things that's completely out of your box. And that means getting uncomfortable. Yes, learning to trust in the unknown, taking risks. Absolutely, yes. All successful people are risk takers. They do things that most people will never do because it frightens them. So it takes, jumping into the unknown. There's a beautiful quote. Only if you jump in the unknown will you realize you have wings. But you don't know that you have wings until you jump. So when you're gonna jump into something that might seem a little, could be a little frightening, okay? But we all have to take those risks. That's how we grow the most. And then you realize, wow, it wasn't actually so scary as you thought. Because most of your fear is actually happening in your mind. It's not really happening. And we have to learn to trust, when fear shows up. Sometimes we have to listen, sometimes there's danger, so fear is important. But oftentimes when you have fear, it holds you back from your next level. And sometimes you have to trust, okay, here's an opportunity, and I have to trust it. And I have to do it even I'm afraid. So you do it anyway with the fear. That's how you grow. That's how you expand. But the healthier you are, the cleaner your body is, the more sharper you will have a vision. The more you tuned in you are, the more connected you are to yourself and to your environment, the more deeper you're connected to other people. It all starts with the connection within. So health is within. It's developing a body that is not just only strong, but flexible, a body that has endurance, a body that is balanced, a body that is serene, and a body that is vibrant at any age. It has nothing to do with age. You can be 70 and vibrant. You can be 30 and depleted. It's really up to you. It's how you choose to live your life, what you choose. So the question is, what are you putting in your body every single day? What foods are you eating? Are those foods coming from, have life force? They're loaded with life, and they're vibrating with nutrition? Or are they dead food? Are they coming from a package and are processed? That's a big difference. What are you thinking? Are your thoughts coming from love, from inspiration, from creativity? Are you waking up in the morning excited about your day and you can't wait to jump out of bed and to create and to build and to scale your dreams? Is that the energy you're getting up, or you're getting up feeling, oh, another day, I gotta get to work, I don't want to get up, I don't want to do this? Is this the energy you're getting up? Huge difference. So it all starts with your thinking. What you believe is true. That's at the bottom of everything. If you believe you have tremendous value to offer and your presence makes all the difference in the world wherever you go, you will be on a mission. You can't wait to get started and to make a difference wherever you go and to shine your light. I mean, that should be the driving force anyway. Always ask yourself, what difference can I make today, not just for myself, with every single person I encounter? How can I make a difference to my kids, to my husband, to my wife, to my parents, to my neighbors, to my work environment, to my community? How can I make a difference when I go shopping today? That's always the question. And we all here to make a difference for other people. That's when you meet someone, that person is affected by your light because they just had an encounter with you. and they're inspired and uplifted, and they want more. That's how you create wealth. You make a difference for one person at a time. But you need good health to do that. If you're depleted and you have low energy, how can you make a difference for other people? How can you affect someone? And you say, oh, I'm tired, I can't function. No one. You can't affect people like this. You're actually draining them with your energy. You want to have an energy field that is so strong that the energy oozes out of you. Every single cell is vibrating with fire, and that fire is shining out. So when you walk into a room, you light up the room with your presence, and you carry yourself like a queen or a king, and you own the room. You possess the room by the way you walk, by the way you hold yourself, with your posture, with your expression, with your smile, with the way you move, the way you sit, everything. You have the presence of a queen and a king. But you got to have health to do that. Okay, so health is always the bottom line. So I invite you to please join me on October 4th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I collaborate with an amazing person, Coach John, who brings 30 years of experience as a personal trainer and fitness coach. And also he was in the competition of Mr. Universe. He was big, and then when he turned 40, he got really, really sick from a high protein diet. So he will share a lot about on diet, what is actually the foods that give you energy. The truth is, food doesn't even give you energy, it's your body creating energy from within. You actually don't need food for that. But we want to feed our body that it provides the optimal environment for you to create energy. So you want high vibrational foods. We need to know how to breathe. Most people breathe very shallow. And the breath is your anchor into the now moment. So you want to learn how to breathe properly. You want to know how to move. We got to move every day. And walking is not movement. There's certain exercises that are powerful. You don't need to exercise an hour a day. It could be just 15 minutes. We need to know how to master our emotions. Emotional mastery is key. We need to know how to ground ourselves. Learn how to meditate, to visualize, to be still. And meditation doesn't mean you have to sit down cross-legged like the Buddha. You can actually make your life a meditation. So I'm going to share how to create a life. So your life becomes the prayer. Your life becomes the meditation. Your life becomes a love story. That you make love to life with whatever you do, whoever you encounter. It's a continuous process of love making. It's the eternal love romance. Imagine creating your life like this. Everything shifts from there. So we're going to go into health and wealth, health alchemy, and how to live the most vibrant life at any age. I'm going to put the link here in the comments after this recording, but you can go in my bio. You will find the link, October 4th, and I look forward to see you then. And thank you for being here tonight. And I'm sending so much love your way.